For give them half a chance, and peasants, just like pigs in a wood or sheep on a mountainside, might all too easily stray. Once, back amid the upheavals that had followed the collapse of the Roman Empire, there were those who had slipped entirely free of their landlords, liberating themselves so successfully from an enfeebled regime of extortion that they ended up almost forgetting what it meant to be screwed for taxes. A scandalous state of affairs, and not one that could be permitted in the long run to carry on. Charlemagne, labouring to rebuild the order of Rome's vanished empire, had made certain as well to renew its venerable tradition of exploiting the paupers. The aristocracy, their wealth and authority increasingly fortified by the expansion of Frankish power, had needed no encouragement to sign up to such a mission. Briskly, and sometimes brutally, they had set about reining in the errant peasantry. Stern rights of jurisdiction and constraint, known collectively as the ban, had been granted them by the king. Armed with those fearsome legal weapons, the counts and their agents had been able to sting their tenants for a good deal more than rent, for now there were fines and tolls to be imposed, and any number of inventive dues exacted. The natural order of things, which for so long had been in a tottering state of dilapidation, had once again been set on firm foundations. All was as it should be. The peasantry toiled in the fields, their betters skimmed off the surplus. It was a simple enough formula, and yet upon it depended the dominance of even the greatest lord. On that much, at any rate, all the potentes could agree. The disintegration of Charlemagne's empire, unlike that of Rome's, did not noticeably serve to weaken their capacity for extortion. Even as peasants learned to beware the feuding of rival warlords, and to dread the trampling of their crops, the looting of their storehouses, and the torching of their homes, so were they still obliged to cough up rents, and to endure the grinding exactions of the ban. There were those, as season followed season, and year followed year, who found it ever more impossible to meet the demands being piled upon them. Divine as well as human intervention might serve at any moment to waste a peasant's meagre fortune. Blessed indeed was the year when he did not find himself hag-ridden by a dread of famine. Every spring, when the supplies of winter were exhausted and the fruits of summer yet to bloom, the pangs of hunger would invariably grip. But worse, infinitely worse, were those years when the crops failed, and the pangs of hunger followed on directly from harvest time. No wonder, then, that peasants learned to look to the heavens with foreboding, for even a single hailstorm, if it fell with sufficient ferocity, might prove sufficient to destroy the fruit of a whole year's labours. Whether such a calamity was to be blamed upon divine wrath, or the malevolence of the devil, or perhaps even the hellish skills of a necromancer, there would be time enough to debate as the icy nights drew in and people began to starve.